on the day of judgment like gold, and everything we did in his way will be like the most beautiful good deeds. And my heart bleeds, Hussein, and he's all that I need. He is the thirst of my spirituality and the flame that my heart feeds on. And whenever I'm in need, I get down on my knees and I plead with the words, Ya Hussein, proudly on my tongue. And I know that he heeds, and I walk the roads he walks on, because I know where he leads to heaven, where he leads as the master of the youth of paradise, where his father holds the keys. And the only way I'll get there is if he intercedes for the wretched person that is me. But there's more to just a tear. A tear needs to mean something. Crocodiles cry, but when it comes to mealtime, it doesn't mean nothing. This tear is worth so much that it's measured by a fly's wing. But if we don't pray, we don't receive intercession, i.e., it isn't worth anything. If we spend 10 days making a majlis but can't spend 10 minutes praying, then there's clearly something wrong with the love that we claim to have that's really worth investigating. If we use the hands that we use to lament Hussein to beat our kids or beat women, then how ignorant are we of Hussein's uprising? The same hands Abbas lost when sacrificing all that he had for those women and children who from thirst were dying. If we oppress others, no matter how small the oppression seems to be it mocking or bullying, harassing or belittling, then whose side are we sitting? Hussein's or Yazid's? If we give our money to the majlis but earn that money through cheating and stealing, or we stand up when our own rights are taken away but don't stand up for others who are bleeding, or we see oppression but we hesitate because we think about all that it might take from us in our comfortable living, then we aren't taking on lessons from the same story we keep hearing. If we can't ignite the Hussein within us, then which Hussein are we lamenting? If we can't defeat the Yazid within us, then which Yazid are we condemning? If we can't implement Hussein in our life, then which Hussein are we remembering? So to say you love Hussein while you don't follow Hussein is a red herring. Because in the book of Ashura, his enemies can be read hearing that the reason he rose up was, for the verse read that his grandfather read hearing revelation in his ear, yearning the perfection of mankind's moralities, and yet we have the indignity to live in humiliation and not in dignity. And I speak for myself. If I want to be beside Hussein, then I need to let go of everything in my life besides Hussein. Everything that doesn't realize Hussein. Everything that fails to live by Hussein. And by extension, that means God, because Hussein did everything he did because of God, who himself wants nothing more than us to be like Hussein. Ask any one of us who inspires us and we'll be like Hussein. Sad though, that so few of us actually want to be like Hussein. They call them tears, a human response to extreme emotions, water molecules that flow and sink with our sadness like waves. But there's something different when it comes to tears shed for Hussein. They say in the hereafter they live on to extinguish flames, and on earth they unchain glaciers that break away and begin to melt the coldness that we possess in vain. And when we build our life in temporary forms like sandcastles, he breaks the shore and blows them away, and reminds us never to kneel in shame, not for a man nor king, for every man must see us eye to eye, the same, a drop in the universe identically weighed, as it falls and dries and disappears. The many lessons we learn from tears, a natural anesthetic that breaks away, cascades down cheeks and heals the pain. And that's precisely the story of Hussein. 72 tears leaving earth selflessly, dripping away into eternity, where their names form definitions and us mortals chasing expeditions, trying to understand each one by one, the brave, the selfless, the young, and how these constellations guide the lives of those who call themselves the followers of Ali and the 9 generations of sons. Both in life and in death, an encyclopedia of stars plotted across the night skies, brought to life with every full turn of the earth, where the planets mourn and the feet walk and the chests beat like a field of sowing seeds, and the angels oversee the allegiance signed and sent, where millions pledge their souls, hearts, and years and chants. Please honor us, Ya Hussein, by taking our tears. Salawat.